Top of the top. Good morning. Great day to you. Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. It's manifestation time. Peace, power, and presence to the family. Welcome to Manifest Nation for those who are watching from YouTube, from TikTok, from IG, from Facebook. This is a broadcast that is happening live on Twitch. Twitch is the new spot where my recordings of my live broadcasts are going. And I definitely would love for you to come and be a part of this community that I'm building, Manifest Nation. This is a space where visionaries, divine builders, and bloodline breakers come together. This isn't just a channel, it's a movement. It's where we destroy our excuses, we uproot our limitations, and we build the mindsets, patterns, and habits that create legacy. Here, you don't just watch me, you join a community, a tribe of people who are rewriting their stories, a tribe of people who are healing what others told them was unhealable. You know what I'm talking about? A tribe of people who are manifesting what they told us was impossible. Every time you tap in, expect elevation, expect revelation, expect you to be challenged and changed. That's what this space is about. So lock in. Come over to Twitch. Click the link in my bio to join Twitch, or go to brianhyppolite.com. Click the link right there, join Twitch. Or go to twitch.com. Look up Brian Hyppolite or Manifest Nation and lock in with us. Now, today's broadcast is going to be about you. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be about you, and we're gonna talk about how you've been lying to yourself. Because there's this manifestation boot camp that I got going on that's starting in 10 days, or starting in 11 days on September the 1st. And I know it's never been a better time, and to bring to your attention the way that you have been sabotaging your ability to manifest the life that you want. So that's what we're going to talk about today. You ready? Again, if you're just tuning in, you're just tapping in, my name is Brian Hyppolite. This is not a mistake that you found your way here today. This is divine alignment. This is a divine setup for a divine opportunity that is going to bring divine things into your life if you respond to it in a divine manner. So let's get to it. Let's talk about it. We're going to cut off that mask that you've been wearing. And I'm going to apologize in advance if it's not comfortable. But I know that it's full of purpose. And to be honest with you, your comfort zone is where your dreams go to die. You know what I'm saying? Your comfort zone is where you stop executing at the level that you need to be executing at. Your comfort zone is where a lot of excuses start to sound like truths. So I don't really want you too comfortable. I want you growing, and growth is never comfortable. Before I dive too deep into it, though, where are you from? Where are you from? Everyone who's watching, drop it in the chat. Where are you from? Where you at? Where you representing? Of course, shout out to Haiti. Big shout out to my hometown, Tampa, Florida. Matter of fact, shout out to all of Florida. Shout out to Georgia, New Jersey, New York, Phoenix, Arizona, Los Angeles, California. Let's see who else been showing a lot of love. Detroit, Michigan, Johannesburg, South Africa. I see Arkansas in the building. Yeah, Memphis, Atlanta, That's what I'm talking about. Let's see who else in here. Where y'all from? Where y'all at? It's a great day to be greater than you've ever been, and that's what we're here doing. Yeah. The boot camp is such a powerful thing because it's all about discipline. It's all about rewiring yourself. This 30-day boot camp that starts September the 1st, let me tell you what's going to happen. In these 30 days, we're going to identify the limiting beliefs and core beliefs that you have that tie to some type of lack or limitation, because that's why you're not manifesting. So we're going to identify those and unlearn them. We're going to release them. All those destructive, counterproductive, lack and limitation beliefs. A belief is nothing more than a thought that you continue to think. So we're going to unlearn and release those thoughts. Then we're going to reinstall or install, depending on who you are and what you've already been aware of, we're going to install the new belief systems that align with the thoughts that align with your success. We're going to rebuild your daily habits to match your goals. We're going to give you this formula and work through it for 30 days straight. So you're in a habit. By the time the boot camp is done, you're in such a habit and in such a flow of the things that remove the resistance. See, that's what we have to get to, a place of a lack of resistance. And we have so many things in our lives that create a resistance, starting with the things that we think, the things that we say, and the things that we do. And obviously, the things that we believe. Your life is a reflection of your beliefs and your habits. So we're going to change all of that. If you're ready, and when I say if you're ready, I'm saying if you believe you're ready, don't hesitate on this. Because first of all, I'm telling you now, it's going to sell out and it's going to be a closed situation. So while the doors are open, make sure that you get your spot. There's 3 different levels to it, 3 different tiers, 3 different levels of access, 3 different depths that you can go to. How deep you want to go. You have the experience that you can experience it with the community. Then there's a way that you can experience it with a little more information in a small group setting. And there's a way that you can experience all of that plus a lot more with a one-on-one personal coaching component added into it. So there's 3 different tiers. You get in where you fit in. You get in what's alignment with you, but what you don't do is suffer the cost of staying the same. Because what I can tell you is that you are going to leave that 30-day boot camp with the mindset, the tools, and the energy alignment of a high-level creator. And that is somebody who is creating their reality deliberately. Because a lot of y'all only want to claim being a manifester when you've manifested something that you want to brag about. But the truth is, we're manifesting all the time. Not just when it's that good thing. We're manifesting all the time. But what you have to do is learn to be a deliberate creator of your reality. Does that make sense to you? Drop a 1 in the chat if that making sense to you. So my suggestion would definitely be to sign up today. Sign up right now. Leave the live, leave the stream. Go to brianhyppolite.com. Click the link in my bio, wherever you're watching this from, and sign up for this Manifest Mentorship program, because it is going to help you with your disciplines, help you with your mindset, and get all the things that's been in your way out your way. And that's really what it's for. That's really what it's about. Yeah, every day you're going to get a message from me. You're going to get a 10, 15, maybe 20-minute instructional and transformational video that's going to open your eyes and expose you to some things. It's going to leave you with some questions to ask yourself to bring you to a level of clarity. And then we're going to have some information to do, some things that you should do with that level of clarity. It's going to be transformational. This is really what it's about. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate you rocking with me. And let's go ahead and take it to the next level. Don't hesitate. Anti-hesitation is the way, especially if we're talking about manifesting. Especially if we're talking about manifesting, pulling something out of your mind. and pulling it and putting it into your hands, anti-hesitation is the way, because your hesitation leads to a lack of dedication to that thing. Hesitation leads to indecision. Indecision leads to doubt. Doubt leads to fear. So, it all starts, and fear lowers your vibration. We can go down how it starts with one thing and continues to pull you into a lower vibration, but it all starts with indecision. So if it's something that you're thinking about, decide and make a move. Even if regardless what it is, if it's yes or if it's no, decide. You know what decide means? Let me give you this game. I'm gonna give you some game today. You know what decide means? Decide means the root word in decide is side. Right? Side, we see this word, we've heard this word in words like suicide, genocide, homicide, pesticide. We can keep going. There's a few more, right? You know what that word means, side? It means to kill off. Think about all those examples I gave you and all the places that you hear that word. It means to kill off, side. CID. It means to kill off. And that's why you see it in those words that I mentioned. Now, when you decide, you are choosing one thing and you are killing off the other option. Whatever that other thing is. Whatever that other thing is, you are killing off that other option. And you are making the choice. When you decide to be with someone, I pray that means that you're killing off all the other options of, someone that you could be with. I pray that that's what that means. I pray when you decide to get in a relationship, that's the only you kill off and cut off all those other options and all those other opportunities. When you decide that you want a certain job or a certain stream of income, as you're pursuing that, you're often not choosing other things that you could be doing because you're focusing, you're committed to this. So you got to decide. And when you make a choice, that is killing off those other options. And the problem that many of us face is that we don't want to kill off the other options. We want to keep our options open. And that's why you have not made any decisions. And that's not why you haven't seen the progress that you're looking to see in your life. Because you refuse to make a decision. And clarity comes in decisions. So it's time to decide. If you're deciding to be a greater version of yourself, align with the things that allow that to happen and cut off the things that are stopping that from happening. A higher level of intention brings about a higher level of existence. You hear what I'm saying? The reason you haven't manifested your dreams, it isn't God, it isn't the universe, it isn't timing. It's you. It's not your mother. It's not your ex, it's not your boss, it's not the system, it's you. It's your habits, your beliefs, your excuses, your comfort, your doubts, your disbeliefs, your lack of consistency. Drop a one in the chat if this making sense. If I'm talking to you, if you hear me talking to you, drop a one in the chat. And this is not an attack. Never take it that way, because that's never what it is. That's never what type of time we're on. It's just the truth. And if you can sit in your truth long enough without running back to your distractions, you can shift the entire life that you're living. The degree to which a person can change their life, the degree to which a person can progress, is in direct relationship, direct correlation to their ability to sit still in their truth. There's a lot of people who are doing a lot of great things to better themselves, except sit still in their truth. They run from this truth. They excuse themselves from these moments that reveal what's really going on. And we confide in our distractions and in our disruptions. This is a disease. It's a disease of self-lying. Most people don't fail at manifesting. Let me get some coffee. Most people don't fail at manifesting because they don't know how. They fail because they keep lying to themselves. And I'm saying this from 5 years of experience of being a manifest mentor, working with people all over the world, teaching people all over the world, listening. You learn a lot by listening. So I'm not telling you what I learned from speaking. I'm telling you what I learned from listening to people. You say you want to be rich, but you don't study money or financial literacy. You say you want love, but you keep choosing lust. You say you want health, but you keep numbing yourself with junk. You say you want peace, but you keep feeding chaos. In case you don't know, in case someone told you, in case you've been misled all this time, you don't attract what you say. You attract what you practice. We always heard, you attract what you think about, and that thought. Absolutely, that what you think about heavily is what you bring about. And it's also because what you think about also a lot of times is where your energy is going to go and what's going to just flow through your life. So stop lying about what you want while you're practicing the opposite. You attract what you need in your life at that moment. You attract the lessons that you need to ascend. You can, we like to say there's that common thought that we attract what we are. We attract what we need in our lives to ascend. You can be doing great and attract, light attracts moths as well as other things, right? Light attracts bugs and flies as well. You aren't that fly being that light. However, there was something about the presence of that fly that maybe you needed to learn how to respond to differently, because that's the key to you getting to your next level. You attract the lessons in life that you need to get to your next level. You could be a great person and attract people who aren't great. And that might be because they need your light to shine in their lives. It's not necessarily that that's who you are, but that is a lesson that's waiting for you, a connection that's there to lead to your ascension. And when you see everything that's happening in your life as something that was divinely placed there to lead to your ascension, you'll handle it differently. You'll stop, because you know what it is? A lot of the times we go into this default victimhood mode. We go into this default victimhood mode where we see everything that's happening through the victimhood, through why is this happening to me? And that pulls you out of the line of sight that would allow you to see the blessings that is being set up for you. That's right. It's happening for me, not to me. That's a mindset shift. You need some mindset shifts, and that's what this channel is all about. So big shout out to everyone that has already came over to Twitch and followed the channel, subscribe to the channel, because this is what it's about. This is what we're doing. Matter of fact, I do want you to know that the first 111 subscribers to this channel is going to get a lot of dope things, a lot of bonuses, and it's because I really want to celebrate you and empower you for supporting this channel, because I already know this channel is about to go across the world and help so many people. So the first 111 subscribers, not only do you get the lifetime status and recognition on Twitch as being a founding member of this channel, but you're going to get access to the private Manifest Nation Discord. So that's where I'm at every day. If you like what you see from me on social media, you're going to love what I'm putting in the Discord every day and the conversations we're having in the Discord every day. I'm going to empower you with 8 of my eBooks and 1 of my workbooks. There's no other situation where I'm offering you so much content for so little, because the subscription is $7.99. So for $7.99, you're going to get 8 eBooks and 1 workbook. We just talk about the digital content, not even referring to the vault of digital content that's available in the Discord that you're going to have access to, videos and all types of great things that's going to add value to you. We're talking about digital. Talking about affirmations and guided meditations, all types of great things that's going to add value to you and help you on your walk. As a founding member of the Twitch channel, the Manifest Nation channel, you'll also get member-only events every month, Q&As, all types of stuff. You'll get a 15% discount at brianhyppolite.com. There's a lot of dope things that I'm rewarding you with for being a part of this channel that I'm building. So as you believe in me, as you believe in this vision, I'm gonna return that belief, and I'm gonna invest in you with a lot of great things. So thank you for coming over to Twitch. Thank you for signing up, subscribing rather, and following the channel. And as you do that, you're gonna be in the Discord. You're gonna get all this cool stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's continue to build. Let's continue to build. So yes, let's stop lying about what we want while practicing the opposite, because that's crazy. That's crazy. I want to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself about this. What's the biggest lie you've been telling yourself? Put it in the chat. Come on, chat, talk to me. What's the biggest lie you've been telling yourself? I'll wait. I'll give you a moment. Think about it. You gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta see yourself if you want to see the light. You gotta see yourself if you want to see the truth. You gotta see yourself if you want to see God. What's the biggest lie you've been telling yourself? Let's acknowledge that, so we can start having conversations about the truth. You know, once you identify a lie, you can normally identify the corresponding truth pretty easily. Let's dig deeper. Oh, y'all not gonna, no one's gonna put nothing in the chat, huh? Nobody wants to talk about the biggest lie they've been telling themselves. Okay, I see where we at. I see. Nobody want to put themselves out there today, huh? Okay. Well, let's dig deeper then. Let's just keep going. Why do you sabotage yourself then? If you ain't gonna answer my questions, I'm gonna ask you some more questions, and you're gonna have to answer your spirit. Why do you sabotage yourself? Because deep down, you don't actually believe. You don't believe that you deserve what you're asking for. You can tell me you do. You can tell me you do. There's a lot of people who believe different than what they believe. And I know that. I can see that. Matter of fact, you can see it if you just look. If you're just being honest with yourself and honest with what you're seeing, people don't really believe what they think, what they believe. And we know that because their actions don't support that belief. So you were raised on rejection. You learned love through pain. And that means you've been conditioned to normalize struggle. So when abundance shows up, you get suspicious. When a good person shows up, you push them away. When opportunity knocks, you hide behind the door. The greatest enemy when it comes to your manifestation, it isn't the devil. It's your disbelief and your worthiness. Matter of fact, let's identify the devil. We personify this energy in so many ways. Different religious constructs have their own representation of it. And I don't want to get into the religious conversation because that is such a irrelevant thing. I don't care who you believe in. But what I do care about is how you identify the devil. The devil is that voice within you that speaks against the God in you. The voice within you that speaks against the God in you. That's the devil. It's a part of yourself that wants to stay comfortable, that prefers to do the things that is going to keep you staying stuck. That's the devil. So every time that you hear the devil speak, you need to speak with the voice of God. Anytime that there's a thought that comes into your mind that is offering you lack and limitation, doubt, fear, indecision, that's the devil. Disguised as your voice. Disguised inside your voice. And when you acknowledge that and you respond with the voice of God, every time you have a negative thought, you can't fight a thought with a thought. So don't just replace that with a positive thought. No, you can't fight a thought with a thought. Did you know that? I know a lot of you, there's somebody listening to me right now who is tired. You're exhausted mentally, even after you go to sleep and you get a little bit of rest. You wake up exhausted mentally, almost like you didn't go to sleep at all because your mind has been fighting the whole time. Your mind has been wrestling the whole time. You keep fighting thoughts with thoughts. You know what I'm talking about? Drop a one in the chat if I'm talking to you. Drop a one in the chat if this is making sense to you. If you're relating to what I'm saying. You got thoughts, fighting thoughts, and that is exhausting mentally. And the battle doesn't end. You want to fight a thought. You don't fight it with another thought. You fight it with your words. You fight it with your words, and then you knock it out with your actions. You dismantle it with your actions, with your behaviors. You eliminate it with your actions. You got to see that as a threat. You got to see that as an all-out threat, like that voice that speaks against the greatness within you and your ability to manifest, that voice that puts fear and doubt. You have to see that as an all-out threat, the same way that you would see someone in the physical who was threatening your ability. You got to see that as a threat. And I don't know about you, but where I come from, we eliminate threats. We don't tolerate them. We barely talk back to them. We get active is the word, which means action, activated. We get active and we eliminate that threat. And the moment that you stand up for your greatness and stand up to your bullshit and eliminate those things that are counterproductive and that are restricting you, you get active about that, it's going to change. It's going to change the way you see you, because it's going to change the way you dealing with you. It's going to change the way you see the world, because it's going to change the way you dealing with the world, and it's going to change the way the world see you. But it all starts within. I want you to know why you keep starting every year over. Do you know why you keep starting every year over? Why you keep reliving the same year and calling it life? Why you've essentially been 28 8 times? Why are you recycling yourself? Do you know? I want you to know why, so you could do something different. So in case you don't know, I'm gonna throw this shot at you. I'm gonna throw this shot in the dark, and let me know if it lands. Let me know if it makes sense. Let me know if it resonates. Let me know if something inside you says, you know what? Damn, that make a little bit of sense. You're making a little bit of sense right now. I believe, from my research, from the things that I've seen, from the conversations that I've had, man, there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us that never healed the part of you that believes failure is your default. There's a lot of us who, although we say that we want success, we've never disowned the part of us that believes failure is our default. We've never disowned this part of us that's been loyal to the failures that we've seen around us, because that's what's been normalized to us. It almost feels disloyal leaving behind all these other people who are still stuck in the cycles of failure. So this is the opportunity for you to be real and be honest with yourself, because this is where your growth happens. And it's a great day to be greater than you've ever been. I don't know what led you here this morning, but I believe it was a divine alignment, because there's certainly anywhere else that you could have been, but you're here right now at this moment for the God in me to speak to the God in you. And that might make a piece of your humanity uncomfortable, but that's okay. Comfortability is where your dreams go to die. That's not where we're staying. What blessing have you pushed away because you didn't believe you deserved it? Think about it. What blessing have you pushed away because you didn't believe that you deserved it? I can even word it another way. What blessing have you pushed away because you wasn't sure if you could keep it? There's been financial opportunities. There's been relationships. It's been all types of things that have came your way, but because you wasn't sure if you could keep it, you sabotaged it and pushed it away. I seen someone ask an amazing question, and I want to answer it. They said, how do I be humble when I'm angry? Because I always act out and then I regret it. Yeah. I'm going to start with this African proverb that says an angry heart is mad at itself. And because we have this default victim mode that we've been taught to go into, you don't see that you're mad at yourself. You see that you're mad at whoever did whatever. But the truth of the matter is, we're often mad at ourselves because we gave whoever did whatever the space and opportunity to do whatever they did. And most of the time, we were already within the knowledge that this person, that said person, should not have that level of access to you that they already have to give them the ability to do whatever they did. Most of the times, the signs had already been shown, and you chose to not believe them. You chose to make excuses for them, or you chose to choose whatever benefit came from the presence of that person. So you chose that instead. An angry heart is mad at itself. I would invite you to check into yourself and see where that anger comes from. But in the moment, what you have to learn how to do is to respond to life instead of reacting to life. Like you said, you always act, and that's a reaction. That reaction is connected to whatever just happened. That reaction is connected to the original action, right? That original offense. First of all, don't be offended. Don't be offended. Most of the things in life are not done to offend you. Get your ego out of the way. You have an inflamed ego if you're easily offended by things. And when you react to things, it's connected to that original action. Now, if we're being deliberate creators of our reality, that means you woke up this day and you say, I'm going to be the greatest version of myself, right? You said, this is how I want to feel. If you don't set yourself for the day is going to set you. If you don't decide who and what you're going to be for the day is going to decide that for you. But if you've already been intentional and deliberate to say, this is the way that I'm going to be today. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be joyful. I'm going to be overjoyed. When something comes your way that would otherwise upset you, piss you off, make you mad, whatever, you, instead of reacting to that, you respond to that. Do you understand the difference between a response and a reaction? In case you don't, and this might be the pivotal thing that allows you to move differently, is this understanding. A response is connected to what you intended on happening before this incident took place. So if your intention was to have a good day, your intention was to be at this high vibration, your intention was to feel joy and give joy, something comes into your stratosphere that upsets that, disturbs that. You can either react to that thing, which is your action that is connected to that action, connected to the vibration of that action, connected to the feelings of that action, connected to your emotion, all these other things that ain't got nothing to do with the intentions that you set for yourself. It's going to connect you with that, and you're going to have more of that. Or you choose the response that connects you to your peace, your joy, and what you set out for yourself that day. I could give you a great example, and this is one of my favorite examples to give on this subject. Is I vividly remember the first time I really yelled at my daughters. I think they might have been 2 and 4 or 3 and 5. And it was the first time I walked in their room, and whatever they were doing got a loud audible response from me that they hadn't heard. They hadn't heard me yell before at them like that. Right. And I remember so vividly seeing the shock in their face, seeing their eyes get wide, seeing fear come over them. And I immediately realized, oh, wow, I can't react like that to them. I don't want them. I don't want to have them to have that type of reaction to me. I don't want to have this type of reaction to them. But furthermore, I'm big on communication. I'm big on understanding. If I'm trying to communicate something with you, which if I'm correcting you, I'm definitely trying to communicate something to you. I'm definitely trying to offer you some type of understanding so that the correction can take place in your behavior. And if you're in fight or flight mode, you can't hear me. I realized there was such a fear in my daughter's eyes that it didn't matter what I was saying in that moment. She wasn't even processing it. I realized I have to respond to my daughters, not react to my daughters, which is the way that this is supposed to go. You have to start responding to life, not reacting to life. Anger is one of the weakest emotions. So choose the stronger ones. You know what I'm saying? I pray that answers your question. And then so much of this comes from things that we were passed down, things that we were handed. Like this is not your programming. A lot of it comes from our bloodline. Oh, big shout out to everyone that has been purchasing this book. Let me grab it. My 10th book. My 10th book, Bloodline Breaker. Yeah. This one right here, Bloodline Breaker. This is it. You need this in your life if you don't. Oh, it's upside down. You need this in your life if you don't have it. It's a guide to shattering generational curses and rewriting your legacy. This is not just a book. This is a bloodline revolution right here. All right. And it's definitely, it's one of the most powerful things I've ever written. And I don't just say that just to brag on myself. My Manifesting You book, 111 Keys to Unlocking Your Divinity. That's my biggest creation. That's currently in 170 countries right now, changing a whole lot of lives. That book changed my life 5 years ago when I released it, almost 6 years ago. But since releasing that book, I've released, this is my 10th. This is my 10th. But the thing that's different about it is it has all this powerful information that the other ones have. But this one asks you some great reflective questions. Some reflective questions that brings you a great answer, brings you a lot of power when you answer these questions, because the right questions lead to the right answers. The right answers give you the right clarity. The right clarity gives you the right direction. Right direction. All you got to do is move in alignment. So it asks you some reflective questions, and then it gives you something to do with the answers to those reflective questions. You can get it. You could go to brianhyppolite.com right now. And when you go to brianhyppolite.com and get this book, I'm going to also send you the ebook. So you'll have the digital copy of it, so you can start learning and growing from it immediately as you wait for the paperback book to arrive to you. And it definitely can get to you in Ghana. Now, if you need it right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you need it right now, you got Amazon Prime, and Amazon can get it to you in a day or two. By all means, I ain't mad at you. Go ahead and do that, because it definitely is available on Amazon. But I appreciate it. I definitely appreciated it if you give me the opportunity to get it to you, send it to you, and provide you with the digital copy as well. If you go to brianhyppolite.com, that's where it's going to be. So you can click the link in my bio, Bloodline Breaker. There is even a book bundle package available for you with some of my other books. And then there's even a Bloodline Breaker breakthrough one-on-one session that's available for you. That's a purchasing option as well. So not only can we could go through this book together, we can discuss it, and we can really make this experience to what is going to help you break your generational curses and create generational wealth. What I want you to do is give me a number, put it in the chat. Give me a number between 1 and 55. And I'm going to read you the corresponding page from this book. I'm not even going to read you the whole page. I'm just going to read you a piece of it, because I'm already knowing no matter what number you give me, just a piece of that page is going to be so impactful and so potent. I don't even got to read the whole page to you, but I do want to read you some pieces. And then I want you to go to brianhyppolite.com and get your copy. So drop a number in the chat for me, and I will read you that corresponding page. Let's do it. Let's do it. I see 33. Let's start with 33. Let's start with 33. Matter of fact, before I even get to 33, I'm going to start with the dedication, because I want you to know I wrote this book for you. And I want you to know what I was thinking when I wrote this book for you. And I want you to know, when I wrote this dedication, I had tears in my eyes. As I wrote these words, there was so much feeling, so much emotion, so much truth from one bloodline breaker to another. I had tears in my eyes writing this to you. So this is the dedication. To the generational curse breakers. This is for the ones who didn't wait to be chosen because they knew they were. For the ones who heard the whispers in their blood and decided to answer with a roar. For the ones who got tired of surviving and chose to create a legacy instead of living a lie. For the ones who felt the weight of silence, the sting of shame, and the ache of inherited pain, but still stood tall enough to say, it ends with me. This is for those who have cried in the dark, prayed in secret, and healed in pieces, but never gave up on the vision of freedom for the generations to come. You're not just healing yourself, you're rebuilding empires. You are rewriting bloodlines. You are reprogramming destiny. You are the first. You are the force. You are the revolution. This book was born for you because you were born for this. That's your dedication. That's what I wrote to you. Let's do page number 33. Page number 33 is the end of chapter 5. And as I've explained to you, at the end of each of these chapters, you're asked questions and then you're given things to do with those answers. So chapter 5 is talking about the struggle gospel. And it's actually one of my favorite chapters. It might be my favorite chapter in this book, because chapter 5 is talking about how we were handed this religion of struggle. We were handed this, indoctrinated into this religion of lack and limitation, with the appearance, with the disguise that it was holy, that it was valuable, and that it meant something. And so we grow up identifying with struggle, applauding it, when that's not even what we meant to be on. That was the programming that we received. So page number 33 is an exercise on rewriting your worth script, the script you're programming on what you are worth. And it says this is a struggle detox. Ask yourself, where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? Where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? Question number 1. I'm just going to give you these 3 questions, and we probably won't make it past that, because it's probably going to be more than enough for you to chew on at this moment. Where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? Question number 2. What beliefs make you feel guilty for resting or receiving ease? What belief make you feel guilty for resting or receiving ease? You struggle with that. With sitting down, sitting still, you struggle with that because you believe that nothing's going to come to you outside of what your labor produces. And listen, you can't outwork alignment. You can't. You can be doing all of the work. You can be doing all of the things. You can't You can't outwork alignment. The things that alignment brings into your life and just allows to flow into your life is much greater than anything that you can produce on your own. It's much more profitable to be in alignment. And alignment for us oftentimes means allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to rest, allowing yourself to have harmony, respecting your mind and your body's need to rest. But you have a belief that makes you feel guilty for that. You got to uproot that. Question number 3, who taught you that hard equals holy? Who taught you that hard equals holy? These are some great questions. These are some powerful questions. Do they make sense? They giving you something good to think about? Yeah. See, it's just that little piece. It's just that little piece of page 33. I'm gonna give you another piece of it though, just because I love y'all. So after you get the answer to those questions, what it offers you is a declaration of divine ease, because we need to get you in the flow. We need to get you used to the ease, the faith that knowing that things are coming to you, that you are attracting the things that you need into your life, and that you don't have to perform for everything. So it says, write this statement and say it aloud for 7 days. I release the gospel of grind. I break the covenant with chaos. I choose a life of divine flow, sacred rest, and unstoppable ease. Say that with me. I'm gonna read it again, and I'm gonna say it, you can repeat it. I release the gospel of grind. I break the covenant with chaos. I choose a life of divine flow, sacred rest, and unstoppable ease. Yeah. Yeah. And then it leaves you with this ease activation. So we have these reflective questions to make you think. Then we have this declaration to make you speak in alignment. And now we have this exercise to make you move in alignment. This is a powerful book. You ain't never seen nothing like it. I'm just be honest with you. It says for the ease activation exercise, for 1 full day, do nothing to prove your worth. We got to get you out of the habit of wanting to prove your worth to yourself or to anyone else. For 1 full day, no over explaining, no over performing, no over apologizing. Just exist. Just exist and feel the power in that choice. Listen, I've been laying in my hammock. That's really what I'll be doing right now. It's 6:14 over here in Phoenix right now. If I wasn't on here streaming, I'd be outside in my front yard, laying in my hammock, watching the sun come up and looking off at the mountain that I see in front of me, watching the sun come up over it. Ease. Start my day with ease. And throughout the day, I'm going to go back into that hammock and I'm going to just vibe. I'm going to just chill, ease. I've had to reprogram myself to see how things are just coming flowing to my life when I thought, oh, I gotta do this, I need to do that. If I don't do this, then that's not going to happen, which means this opportunity is not going. And like just keeping myself on this go, 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 go. You must do, you must do, you must do, you must create, you must do this, you must. Because there's this belief that if I don't do it, I don't overperform, I'm not going to get the results. But man, the way I've been easing into life, easing through my days, and the results are still showing up. And matter of fact, they're showing up in greater proportion. Oh, I'll never go back to the. And don't get me wrong, I grew up hustling. I love work. I love putting action behind a made up mind and getting to whatever I'm inspired to do. I'll stay up all night because I just want to take this out of my mind and put it into my hands. But listen, I understand ease now. I understand flow. I understand that I can will things into my reality quicker than I can create them on my own a lot of times. But I think the most important thing is that I opened myself up to the belief system that things will just flow into my life without me having to work so hard for them. You did what I'm saying? I pray you do. Drop a 1 in the chat if this is making a lot of sense to you. You got to get this book. You got to get this book. I see somebody else. I know. I see someone else say page number 7. Let me see what's going on page number 7. Page number 7 is that we're talking about chapter 1, and it's referring to the curse of comfort. I love it. This is all in alignment with everything we've been talking about today. Good job, y'all. Good job, y'all. Or look at the divine alignment that's taking place right here, right now. Page number 7 says, you were taught survival as success, but survival is not your purpose. Freedom is. You didn't just inherit your mother's eyes or your father's laugh. You inherited their wounds, their fears, their unfinished stories, and what they couldn't heal became your starting line. But here's the cold, electrifying truth. Comfort is a curse. It's the warm blanket that hides the chains. It's the job that pays just enough to keep you tired. It's the relationships that's familiar even when it's toxic. It's the silence at the dinner table that passes pain like an heirloom. It's the we've always done it this way that keeps your family stuck in spiritual poverty. Comfort is the graveyard of destiny. Comfort is the graveyard of destiny. Somebody need to write that down so you don't forget that. And if you're going to be a bloodline breaker, your first assignment is simple. Wake the hell up. That's just a piece of page 7. It's official. You need this in your life. Your library is not complete as a generational curse breaker. If you got a family, if you thinking of having a family, your library is not complete if you ain't on this type of time. If you ain't on this type of time, you still aligning with those who perpetuate this generational curses. One of my Twitch family members, one of the Manifest Nation family members said, please read key number 20. I got you, family. I got you. Matter of fact, it's always going to be those on Twitch who are in the comments on Twitch, and I'm going to respond to first because you have aligned with this vision and you pulling up on me at the channel, and I greatly appreciate that. Especially if you're a subscriber, for sure. Here are so page number 20 says decoding family mantras that became limitation spells. Y'all ready to do that? You ready to get away from these limitation spells that you've been on, that you've been under? Here are some things we were told that sounded wise but cursed our mindsets. We all heard all these. Money doesn't grow on trees. What did that translate to? Scarcity. Scarcity is our truth. Which also told you don't dream too big. It's cool to want things, but don't expect them to happen because we don't got it like that. You heard, well, at least they stayed. What did that translate to? What did that tell you? Bare minimum love is enough. Accept the crumbs. What happens in this house, you already know, stays in this house. The translation of that is protect dysfunction with your silence. That's a program. That's a spell. You got to break that. We don't talk about that. Translation: heal in private or not at all. You better act right or they'll think you're ghetto. Translation: you are a performance, not a person. See, you inherited more than genetics. You inherited spells as well. Now it's your job to break the curse with your choices, not your compliance. That is a piece of page 20. Drop a one in the chat if that added value to you. It is your time to break this curse with your choices, not your compliance. You are not being loyal to your ancestors by repeating their pain. You are making it greater. You are shifting multiple timelines in your bloodline by choosing something different, by being loyal to your greatness instead. Drop a one in the chat if this has added value to you. And don't forget to go to brianhyppolite.com today, right now. Get this book, get the book bundle. Hey, even schedule the one-on-one bloodline breaker breakthrough session so that we can talk one-on-one and come up with an outline, a roadmap, a guideline for your generational curse breaking experience. This is a powerful guide for those who refuse to pass down pain. This is raw truth. This is spiritual wisdom. And as you can see, this is the transformational exercises. So definitely get this in your life. Thank you for everyone who's been supporting, who participated in the pre-sale. Thank you to everyone who came through to the first Bloodline Breaker class that I did a week or two ago. To everyone else, this is your opportunity. Get in your life. Get it in your life. I think this is a great opportunity to also say thank you to y'all for all of the support. For the people that's been, let's start with the people that's been going to brianhyppolite.com, picking your own price and downloading my music. Downloading the Tropical Session album, downloading my affirmations, my guided meditations. Thank you for those who've been going to my website, to brianhyppolite.com, and picking your own price and downloading my music. I can't tell you how much it humbles me every time that happens, because of you picking your own price. You know, man, I definitely appreciate the support in every way as well. But the fact that you pick your own price, the fact that you see the value in my music and in my creation, and that it means something to you, and that you have no problem showing that, man, it's humbling, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for that. So thank you to everyone else that's been supporting at brianhyppolite.com. Thank you to everyone that's been streaming my music on all the streaming certain platforms. Thank you for everyone that's been supporting in all the various ways that you've been supporting. Thank you on IG, man. We just crossed over 75,000 subscribers, followers on IG. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. Now, if you're on Twitch, or if you're not on Twitch, if you're watching this from IG, from TikTok, from Facebook, from YouTube, or for YouTube, you'll see. Matter of fact, I think we're gonna test this out. You all might be able to see this time. I want to play the mirror music video. This is the song that comes from the Manifesting You book, which a lot of y'all know me from. This is a song that comes from Manifest University, my very first online community. And one day I was having a conversation with a group of my mentees. We was having like a small group coaching session with a group of the people that I mentor. And it was such a great conversation. Someone was expressing how they weren't manifesting what they wanted, and that led to the discovery of a lack of belief that they had in themselves. And from that conversation, it was such a great conversation. When the conversation ended, I literally just rewrote that conversation and made it rhyme. And then we have this, and now we have this song, Mirror. Because the most important thing for us to do is to look within ourselves. And like I said, you can't see God if you don't want to see yourself. You can't see the light if you don't want to see yourself. So you got to look within yourself. You got to see your mirror. I mean, the greatest thing I've ever done was look in my mirror and say, I'm sorry, bro. The second greatest thing I've ever done was look at my reflection and say, I forgive you, King. You got to look in your mirror. But many of us were taught to look at our distractions, told and taught to look at our failures, to not see our greatness. So I understand why we shy away from our mirror. I understand why solitary confinement is a form of punishment. Because for many of us, for most of us, being alone with yourself is not present company. But you know what? Being in that mirror changes that. Being able to confront your mirror, heal in your mirror, and love your reflection deals with that. So, manifesting you, 111 keys to unlocking your divinity. You click the link, you go to brianhyppolite.com. All of my books are right there. There's book bundles where you can get the 3-book bundle, a 5-book bundle, an 8-book bundle. It's all there. You join Manifest Mentorship, my mentorship program, you're going to get all these books autographed to you anyway. You join them. When you subscribe to the Manifest Nation channel, you're going to get all the eBooks. When you join the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp, you're going to get all the eBooks and a lot of other cool stuff. So don't sleep on these opportunities. But I think it's a great time to play this song to you. And I want to show you the music video in case you've never seen it. Because this is a great example of how God's plan was greater than my plan. And how I had a certain vision and wanted to bring something to life. But timing stopped me from doing what I wanted. And I thought that it was something that was separating me from what I was meant to have. And it was actually preparing me for what I was designed to have. So let's check this out. This is in how you say it? It's in Yucatan in Mexico. The Mayan pyramids, the Mayan ruins. It's Chichen Itza or something like that, man. I'm gonna mess it up. But this is an archaeological site of the Mayan ruins, Mayan pyramids, and this is where I got to go and film this music video. And not only that, you know, it was so many things about it. So many blessings like that. Things I didn't have to pay for, things that just happened, things that just made it so much greater than anything I could have allowed it to be. Divine timing. Divine timing is the message behind what I'm trying to tell you. So let's check this out, man. This is the Mirror music video shot on location in the Mayan pyramids, Yucatan. Let's do it.
Oh, you had it twisted. Oh, you didn't know that you was gifted. You ain't know that stuff you went through just set you up for winning. You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know that you was chosen. You ain't know that you was golden. You ain't know you was important, huh?
I love this.
Oh, you ain't know you had a purpose much bigger than anything you ever consider. Oh, you ain't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'ma be your mirror. Look, you had something to offer. You were not your mistakes. You wanna share your thoughts, but think nobody relates. Lowballing your work, and that's the irony, isn't it? One of life is significance, but don't think it's significant. You gotta shift your thinking, get in line with your infinite. Release all the negative beliefs that you dealing with. I know you can hear me, you know who you are. Identify with your greatness, instead of your scars. Let's let go of all these labels. You are not defective. Be the first to know your presence is a blessing. In today's lesson, I leave for you to learn, as you can only have what you believe you deserve. Change your self-perception, your thoughts and your action. The secret is understanding the law of attraction. Look, it's time to start living out your passions. That's how you get your phoenix rising up about them ashes. Oh, you had it twisted. Oh, you didn't know that you was gifted. You ain't know that stuff you went through just set you up for winning. You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know that you was chosen. You ain't know that you was golden. You ain't know you was important, huh? You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know you had a purpose much bigger than anything you ever consider. Oh, you ain't know. Well, I'ma be your mirror, so you can see it clearer. I took it out of my mind and put it all in my hands. If you was count me out, cancel all of them plans. I'm selling dope in the open. These are audiograms. Apply real pressure, fakes ain't strong enough to withstand. I'm built different, it feel different, it's real different. When you embrace what makes you different, and that makes a difference. This is self-love, this is self-healing. Real wealth, belief in self, I pray you know the feeling. This is self-awareness, this is self-acceptance. It's about that time you turn your flaws into a secret weapon. I was destined, ain't see a way, so I made my own. Paved my own, stumbling blocks turn to stepping stones. Private planes, my daughter stepping on. Manifested, I got my blessings on. Bloomed in the midst of a storm that would've killed you. They tell me when they hear you, the real ones gon' feel you. I tell them we gon' win no matter the hand they deal you. Tupac staring at the world through my rear view, but you can't drive forward staring in the rear view. You gotta have a clear view on this road of life, so never make moves from what you seen in your rear view. I'm just trying to prepare you. Face your fears, you learn from what scares you. And if you holding back tears, let them tear through. You can outgrow your problems, I dare. Oh, you had it twisted. Oh, you didn't know that you was gifted. You ain't know that stuff you went through just set you up for winning. You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know that you was chosen. You ain't know that you was golden. You ain't know you was important, huh? Oh, you ain't know you had a purpose much bigger than anything you ever consider. Oh, you ain't know. Well, I'ma be your mirror, so you can see it clearer. That's you. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you.
Yeah. Man, greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, greatest shall you have. God knows, you know. And like the church says, suicide ain't it. Suicide ain't it, and you gotta say that. You gotta say that, because you never know what people are going through. You never know what people are dealing with. And I would much rather hear about your problems than hear about your demise. I'd much rather be someone that you get to talk to than to have to speak to you, in the sky. I'd much rather help you find the solution than allow you to take that problem to another level. Suicide ain't it. Talk to somebody if you need to. Get help if you need to. Join a mentorship program or a healing community. Suicide ain't it, man. Thank you for the love, for the support. Throw one in the chat if you know that song. If you've been rocking with that song, man. That's the first song that I've released that got over 1 million streams. That's the first song that really started making people pay attention to me as an artist, man. So thank you. And it all came on the heels of that book, Manifesting You, 111 Keys to Unlocking Your Divinity. I'm 40 years old, family. I'm 40 years old, and this has been what I've wanted to do with my life, my entire life. All I wanted to do was just make music that people related to and that helped people heal and that connected with people. That's all I ever wanted to do. But what I was given was this amazing ability to write, this amazing ability to articulate my thoughts and my ideas. And I've been an award-winning writer since the first grade. You want to talk about a talent that God, the universe, and the world itself has affirmed my entire existence since the first grade. I've been an award-winning writer. I've been in publications after publication after publication, newspapers, magazines, all types of stuff as a child for my writing, right? Let's fast forward a bunch of years, though. I'm trying to be a rapper. I'm trying to be an entertainer. I'm trying to do all these other things. And people kept telling me, man, you should write. You should, whether you're writing for other musicians, writing for other authors, writing whatever, like the way that you articulate is so ahead of its time. Like you should be writing. But I wanted to be front and center. I wanted to be on stage. I wanted to be in the spotlight. So I want to try and do this writing behind the scenes type thing. You know, and then I told the story yesterday of when I wrote the first book, the Manifesting You book. And I'm not going to do that today because I was on here crying yesterday, telling that story. But man, that's my Noah's Ark story. That's the story of your spirit talking to you and telling you something that your environment really wasn't co-signing. And you still needed to do it, even though the environment wasn't co-signing it, and the environment wasn't really saying that's what you need to be doing. Your spirit was telling you to do something. You need to go do it. My spirit told me to stop what I was doing at one of the worst times of my life and say, hey, stop what you're doing and write a book. And you know, I'm not gonna get all into it again today, but it was in my mom's last season of her life. She was dying from liver cancer. I've been her caretaker the last few years of her life. I'm watching my best friend die. My daughters were 3 and 5, so I have a child on my shoulders and one holding my hand, and then watching my old lady pass away in front of me and doing whatever I can to keep her comfortable in that. It was so much going on. I had a food truck. I had an event lounge. I was living in my event lounge. No one even knew that I left my apartment to live in my event lounge because to save money, because shit, my mom's medication was $1,200-$1,300 a month at that moment. The in-house, the home health aides that I would have to have there with her to watch her when I had to go handle business, those were $20 an hour. Like I left my own home and was like, I'm just gonna be homeless. I must just sleep in my event lounge. I got this 2,000 square foot facility. I'm just gonna sleep in my office. And was cool with it because of the way that it was taking care of all those who I needed to take care of. But it was definitely a time of chaos and calamity, pain, and the worst time of my life. And my soul was saying, hey, you need to do this. And I was like, you crazy. You crazy. But listen, this is exactly what had to happen, because I released that book right when I needed to release that book. I wrote it right when I needed to write that book and released it when I needed to. And then right after I released it, COVID happened and intellectual property skyrocketed. And this book took off. And the intellectual property I created behind the book, the online course, the online community, all these things took off, and it changed my life. It changed, becoming an author changed the way that me and my children get to experience life. But in addition to all of that, it got me the organic fan base that I've wanted as a recording artist my whole life. It just put hundreds of thousands of people in front of me and made them all say, who the hell is Brian Hyppolite? And then once they loved me as a writer, and I said, oh, I make music. That's how you do. And it's been up. It's been up. And so I told y'all that story because you got to follow your divine alignment, because it's telling you to do something right now. Your soul is not speaking to you on a time basis. It's not giving you an idea to execute later. It's right now, because your soul operates outside of time. So it's not speaking to you on the basis of time. It's speaking to you on the basis of divine alignment. And when you respond to divine alignment with divine actions, it brings you to divine opportunities. You did what I'm saying? And this divine opportunity, it's just so many other great things happening. So if whatever it is that you want in life, I guarantee you it's going to come your way as you follow the compass in your soul. Things that you wanted to work so hard for are just going to be effortlessly handed to you at your feet when you're in divine alignment. That's what I'm saying. You can't outwork alignment. You might need to write that down and put that on a sticky note, put that on your mirror, do something, because you need to get that programming. You can't outwork divine alignment. You can't out hustle divine alignment. Boy, what's going on, family? I look forward to y'all joining the mentorship program so I could work with you one-on-one on breaking generational curses and creating generational wealth. You know, I published 10 books, but what I feel like is even cooler than that is I've now helped 29 people become first-time authors. I've walked them through the process of creating a book and publishing it, self-publishing it, and then showing them how to monetize it and turn it into multiple streams of income, as I've been able to do. And that's a part of my Manifest Mentorship program. We are going to meet 2 times a month, and we're going to speak on breaking generational curses, dealing with you, things about you that need to shift and change, because listen, generational healing starts within. Oh, thank you. Thank you to everyone that's been going to brianhyppolite.com and purchasing the merch. The generational healing starts within t-shirt. Thank you so much for everyone that's been purchasing the merch, purchasing that t-shirt, purchasing the bundle. Yeah, thank you. And please continue to send me your pictures with you wearing your shirt so I can post them online. I would love that. Please send me those pictures. Thank you. And continue to rep it, man. I've been hearing a lot of stories about the great conversations that wearing that t-shirt has started amongst family. Generational healing starts within. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so I look forward to rocking with you. And if mentorship is something that you're interested in, send me a DM on whatever social media platform you're reaching out to me on, or that you're watching me on. Send me a message so I can get you more information. Or you could go to brianhyppolite.com, and there's a link on the website for you to book the one-on-one intake session, the interview, so that I can explain the mentorship program to you, and I can ask you some questions to see if you even somebody out who want to mentor. Because I love me and I love my energy, and I value it too much to just allow myself to have to deal with you just because you can pay for my services. Nah, fam. Nah, I happily give you your money back. And so just to avoid having to go through the refund process, I'm a check you out first and see if I even feel like dealing with you for the next 6 to 8 months. And that's exactly how you should be with your time and your effort and your energy. You should have so much respect and value for it that you will refuse to prostitute it. You refuse to take your effort, your energy, your value, your essence anywhere just because someone wants it, just because someone requests it, just because someone can pay for it. Nah, I ain't on that type of time. I used to be. I definitely used to be. I definitely went through a period of time where I did not have the right amount of respect for my essence. But we passed that. You should have caught me back then. We're at a high level of life now. So before I commit to working with you one-on-one for the next 6 to 8 months, I definitely want to check you out, have some conversations with you, and see if we are in alignment. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely send me a message or go to brianhyppolite.com so you can get in the mix. Let me expose something. Your biggest problem isn't lack of opportunity. It's a lack of accountability. And I know you don't like that word. I know you run from it. You know, I know, ladies, sisters, queens, I love y'all. And I seen this. Not I seen it. I tweeted this one day, and a lot of y'all got mad at me, but I thought it was hilarious. It says she loves to be held unless it's accountable. Ooh, y'all ain't like that. Y'all was calling me all types of fuck niggas, and I was all types of toxic. I was everything that day. It's crazy the way that y'all show up when I'm talking to the bros. I could be having a conversation with the bros in my with my post, and the caption could say "for the bros." And the content in these posts is definitely male to male content, and it'd be so many females in the comments with so much to say. Ain't nobody ask you, but with so much to say, right? But it's cool. It's a public forum. Do your thing. But the way that y'all all for it when I'm talking to the bros, why y'all don't have that same energy when I'm talking to you, ladies? why I can call out the men and y'all like, yeah, let me share this. Let me at him. When I'm talking about the men, the number of shares on that post is astronomical. But let me say something to you, ladies. Let me call you out. Let me be honest about what you got going on. Man, y'all get so defensive. All of a sudden, every other day, I'm dropping love, light, and elevation on your timeline. You won't follow me because I be on some bullshit. You follow me because you resonate with this frequency and it adds value to you around every corner. But the day that I show up talking about women or bringing some level of accountability to the way that y'all behave, boy, y'all turn on me so quick. Y'all turn on me so quick. Unfollow just to refollow. It's the lack of accountability in your life that's holding you back. It isn't your lack of clarity, it's your lack of courage to follow through with the version of you that you're meant to be. Procrastination is the slowest form of suicide. Do you understand that? Excuses are the lies you tell yourself so you can stay the same. Your comfort is the dangerous addiction. It's the most dangerous addiction known to man. These are the killers of your progress. These are the killers of your ability to manifest. Your procrastination, your excuses, your comfort. What else? Your validation seeking. Yeah. Chasing the likes instead of chasing the legacy. It's a great day to be loyal to your legacy, fam. It's a really great day to be loyal to your legacy instead of loyal to the attention. It's a great day to be loyal to your intentions instead of attention. You should write that down too. I might tweet that. You're gonna see that later. I like that. That's a good one. It's a great day to be loyal to your intention instead of attention. It's gonna take you two different places. It's gonna bring you some amazing things. And then also there's that fear of failure. It's that fear of failure that you walk around with every day. Because the truth is, you've already failed by not trying. If we really going to be honest about this, if we really having a true conversation, you've already failed by not trying. So F your fear of failure. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit late. It's a little bit late to have the fear of failure when you've already failed by not trying and by not moving in alignment. That's what you really need to look at. Your biggest fear should be living out of alignment. That should be the biggest thing that you're worried about. Living a life out of alignment. Living a life not in congruency to your truth. Because that means you're living a life of lies, family. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. You think you are, but you're not. You're just committed to your limitations. You're committed to your limitations. It's like you just not getting off the wheel. You just need to be honest with yourself. Because you've been committed to these limitations, and every time you rehearse them, every time you tell that same tired ass story of why you can't and why you won't and why you don't, you're manifesting a life beneath you. I know someone right now that's waking up every day with a fresh excuse as to why they not going to make the moves that they need to, as to why it's why things ain't working. A fresh excuse every day. They got a new one every day. You're supposed to wake up with a fresh commitment to your greatness, not a fresh commitment to your limitations. Because you are manifesting a life that's beneath you. Sleeping on the floor when you deserve better. Sleeping on the couch when you deserve a palace. Staying in toxic relationships when you deserve love and support. Settling for scraps when there is a feast with your name on it. Let me ask you this question. I want you to think about it. And if you're comfortable with the answer, I want to challenge you to put it in the chat, because I want you to identify it out loud. I want you to get it out of you, and I want you to get it in front of you so you can see it. Whose excuses have you been borrowing? Whose excuses have you been borrowing? Who do these excuses belong to? Are they yours? Or have they been passed down to you from somewhere? Whose excuses are you borrowing? Are these excuses true to you? I doubt it. I doubt it. I know so many of us have this idea that you are uniquely defective. I used to hate it. It used to aggravate me. How much you believe that what you went through in your life is a reason for you to not be able to do those things that you see everyone else doing. You feel like your story is the tragic and traumatic one that gives you the right to not be great. And let me tell you something. Like I said, it used to aggravate me that so many people were like that. But then I realized, man, this is such a common thing. There are so many of us that are connected to these lies and don't believe the truths of ourselves. And that's why our lives reflect that. We really all believe that we are uniquely defective from our life experiences. And it couldn't be no further than from the truth. So I'm gonna ask you again, and I'm gonna challenge you to get it out of you and put it in front of you. Put it in the chat. Whose excuses have you been borrowing? Where did they come from? Let's return the sender. Once we identify where they came from, let's return the sender. Lick that stamp and mail it. Put it back in that box and send it to them folk. I want to talk to you about the real mechanics of manifestation. And before I do that, I want to remind you that right now you have the ability to apply this anti-hesitation that you need to be walking with and get yourself access to the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. We are going to identify and unlearn and release your destructive, limiting beliefs, those core belief systems that you have that are keeping you stuck and lack in limitation, that are disconnecting you from opportunities and abundance. We're going to identify them, unlearn them, and release them. Then we're going to install and rewire your mindset with the thoughts that align with your success. We're going to change your thoughts so you can change your beliefs. We're going to eliminate the negative beliefs and change your thoughts, because your beliefs is nothing more than a thought that you continue to think. So we're going to change your thoughts, and we're going to install new beliefs. And we're going to support these beliefs with the habits that submit them, with the patterns that allow it to be your normal routine, that allow you to become this greater version of yourself, because your life rests on your beliefs and your habits. So if you don't like the life that you're living, if you don't like what you're manifesting at this point in time, it's time to change your beliefs and change your habits. And we're doing all that within 30 days. And at the end of that 30 days, you're going to have a new life routine that is connecting you with what it is that you want to see in your life and what it is that you want to have in your legacy. You are going to leave with the mindset, the tools, and the energy alignment of a high-level creator. There's a frequency that you must be on to manifest what you desire. And when you're going, and I'm going to show you how to get on it. I'm going to show you how to get on it. I'm going to show you what it feels like when you're on it, so you can go back, since you're always in your feelings. Since you relate everything to your feelings, I'm going to show you the feeling of when you are holding the vibration of that thing that you want to manifest. I'm going to show you that. You're going to feel it. And you can go back to that feeling anytime that you want. And matter of fact, that's the feeling that I want you to go back to. That's the feeling I want you to hold on to. When you can hold on to that feeling, you are holding on to that vibration. And you are placing yourself in vibrational alignment with the things that you desire. But if you do not know how to do that, you can't manifest on purpose. Sometimes you do it. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's by accident. A broke clock is right twice a day, right? Even a blind squirrel find a nut, right? So things can happen. But can it happen consistently? Can you be a deliberate creator of the reality that you desire? That's what this 30-day boot camp is going to show you how to do. So don't suffer the cost of staying the same. It's always way more expensive. It has the highest interest rates. So go to BrianHyppolite.com right now. Click the link in my bio. Leave this live, leave this stream, and reserve your spot. I promise you it's going to be a sold out situation. Matter of fact, if you want to get into the VIP, there's less than 10 VIP slots available right now. There's 3 levels to this experience. There's a small group. There's the community experience, there's a small group experience, and there's a one-on-one coaching experience. So whatever level is right for you, get in where you fit in, get in with the alignment. Let's take it to the next level. Let's stop procrastinating. Let's stop believing in these doubts and these limitations, and really creating the life that's in alignment with what it is that you desire and what it is you're worthy of. We got to change these beliefs. Back to what I'm saying, we're talking about the real mechanics of manifestation, and I'm going to run through it because we definitely go in this in depth in the boot camp. But I'm going to break it down for you real quick. Manifestation isn't magic. It's mathematics and it's mindset. It starts with clarity, being clear on what you want, writing it down. Vague desires create vague results. Vague desires create vague results. Some of y'all know that you've experienced it firsthand. You said that you wanted something and it showed up. What you asked for showed up. And you said, I should have been more specific. I should have been more specific. I shouldn't just said, I wanted someone to love me. I should have said, I want someone to love me for all the best parts of me. and I did, and I attracted someone who loves me for all of the wrong reasons, for all of the things that shouldn't have been being championed. And then I'm sitting there like, damn, this is not really what I wanted, but it is doing wonders for my ego right now. It is, doing wonderful for this dark part of me that needs to be buried. I got to be more careful with how I'm manifesting, because these words are powerful. We got to get clear. We got to get clear on what we want. Vague desires create vague results. So now that we have this clarity of what we desire, the next thing is belief. If you can't believe it, you can't receive it. If you can't believe it, you can't receive it. It's not going to happen. You can only have what you believe you deserve. After clarity and belief, there's embodiment. And if you're writing this down, I'm going to try to slow it down so you can get all these gems. But if you're writing it down, when I tell you this 30-day manifest bootcamp is expands on all this deeply. It's a deep dive onto this, and you need it in your life. Go ahead and get your spot before they sell out so that you have access. And you get the recordings. There's a lot of great benefits. So it's not just that one time. You get the recordings of it. So we got clarity, we got belief, we got embodiment. Walk like it's already yours. Feel it until your nervous system agrees. Listen, we could do an exercise right now where we stop and I tell you, hey, I want you to close your eyes if you have the ability to do that. And I just want you to envision. I want you to envision the life that you desire. I want you to envision you doing those things that you said you wanted to do with your life. I want you to envision waking up and having all that you desire, and not for the having of it, but for the ability to do with it. I want you to envision what you're going to do with your abundance. Envision who you're going to help. Envision paying off that family member's house. Envision sending that family member to college. Envision these. I want you to envision what you're going to do with your abundance. And as you do that, if you're truly doing it, there's probably a smile growing on your face at this moment. There might be goosebumps popping up on your body at this moment. I want you to envision this greatness until you're smiling. You feel that? You feel the goosebumps? I just envisioned something great. I envisioned my sister's getting married in November. I just envisioned paying off her wedding. Paying off this big extravagant event, one of the most important events in her life. I just envisioned paying off this wedding to be to my sister. Oh man, I got goosebumps. At that moment, you feel those goosebumps, have that face. Ooh, they all over me right now. You're in it. You're holding the vibration. You're in that place. Hold that feeling. My nervous system agrees. It has such a peace. It's a positive anticipation. Sometimes that's what you're feeling. You're feeling a positive anticipation of, and you are used to relating that to anxiety. There's some things when you think about your future, you think you're getting anxiety. What it is a positive feeling of anticipation. Because your spirit is knowing that what you're doing right now, even just in your thoughts, is connecting you to the life that you're meant to create. So we have clarity, we have belief, we have embodiment, vibrational embodiment. You are more vibration than you are body, okay? You're more vibration than you are mind. Your vibrational existence is the biggest physical component of your existence, only trumped by your spirit. It goes, if we put these in order of significance, or even in order of size, it goes spirit, vibration, body, mind. Spirit, vibration, body, mind. If we put these things in terms of relevance, in terms of size, we need to be paying much more attention to our spirit, following our spirit. We need to be paying much more to our vibration and controlling our vibration. But most of us are going through life paying the most attention to our body and our mind, the two smallest parts of our existence. And that's backwards. So we got clarity, we got belief, we got embodiment, and then we got aligned actions. Don't just pray for doors open, kick, knock them down so you could build, so you could walk through them. Don't just pray for the open doors. Knock on them doors that are closed. Build the doors that need to be built and walk through the doors that need to be walked through. Clarity, belief, embodiment, aligned action, and then we got environment. Stop planting seeds in toxic soil. Your circle rather, is killing your harvest. The people that you're aligning with is killing your harvest. Stop planting seeds in toxic soil. So those are the 5 things that you need to know about the mechanics of manifesting. And again, I'm going to go much more in depth with this in the boot camp, in the 30-day manifest boot camp. We're starting September the 1st. We got 11 days to go. Make sure that you're in the building. Get your access. Because manifestation is not thoughts become things. It's thoughts become you, and you become the thing. That's manifestation. Thoughts become you, and you become the thing. So let me ask you this question. What is one action you can take right now, today, to align with your manifestations that you desire? Think about it. Think about it. And again, get it out your mind and put it in front of you. Put it in the chat. What's one thing, one action that you can take today to align with the manifestations that you desire? We want to be deliberate creators of our realities. We don't want another day where we're making excuses. We don't want another day where we're staying comfortable. We don't want another day when we're just laying down on this. What action can you take and that you're going to stay committed to all day that is going to connect you with what you want to manifest in your life? Manifestation doesn't start with vision boards, although visualizing is a good part of it. But it starts with your healing, because unhealed wounds sabotage miracles. Wounds. And that's why generational healing starts within. If you're still angry, bitter, insecure, you'll sabotage what you've prayed for years. You'll sabotage it in seconds. Again, this is why the 30-day manifest bootcamp doesn't just teach you how to manifest, it teach you how to uproot the sabotaging behaviors. We dig into the identities. Many of you are suffering from just living under the wrong identity. You're living under a false identity. And you're suffering from it because you're dealing with a pain, you're dealing with an issue that you have the ability to change. That's what suffering is. Suffering means that you are participating in it. If you're suffering from anything, that means there's something you could be doing differently that will provide you a different result. But because you don't do something differently, you have the same result. And that's what suffering is. Having the same negative result. So it's time to stop the suffering. It's time we dig into this identity that is relating, that is connecting you to a reality that you don't want. And uproot your identity. You know, your identity is so fragile. Your identity, I don't even have to attack you directly. And this is the problem with identities and why you should shed all of them. Because they're all made up versions of yourself. They're all falsehoods, all of your identities. Whatever you identify as, that's a falsehood of what you are. It's not even, it's what's a better way to say it? It's a falsehood because it's not a complete story of who you are and what you are. It's a piece of it. But you hold on to it as if it's everything. And I'm gonna give you a great example. Whatever you identify as, all I have to do all I gotta do is attack somebody who identifies as the same thing that you identify as, and you will feel attacked. And I'm not attacking you, but your identity feels attacked. I don't care what it is. Whatever you identify as. If I attack somebody who look like that, sound like that, identify as that, you're going to feel attacked, even though no attack was sent your way. That's how powerful your identity is. And that's why you should not have these false identities. We're going to expose the generational curses. We're going to rewrite the script that you've been stuck in. But only if you're tired of lying to yourself. Only if you're ready to stop manifesting misery and start manifesting mastery. Drop it a 1 in the chat if you're ready. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready. If you're ready to commit to start manifesting mastery instead of manifesting misery. Hear me, family. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you decide. And I talked to you earlier about what that word means. So take that information with you. If you do not decide today to break the pattern, tomorrow will look exactly the same as yesterday. What we know for sure, and I've been saying this, man, October gonna get here. We know that. We know for sure October is gonna get here. My question to you is, are you gonna be the same person that you were on August the 20th? When October gets here? Or will you be someone moving different, thinking different, behaving different, believing different, feeling different, manifesting different? You could decide today. You could decide right now to step into alignment, to step into accountability, to step into action. You could decide right now to finally see the life that you've been dreaming of. You know what the best math that you can learn is, right? It's not arithmetic, it's not geometry, it's not addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. It's none of that. It's the future cost or payout of a present decision. That's the best math that you can learn. The future, how to know the future cost or future payout of a present decision. What will be the future cost or future payout of your decision that you're making right now? Whether you're going to align yourself with the opportunity to grow, whether it's through manifestation, subscribing to the channel, getting access to the 30-day boot camp, joining my manifest mentorship program, or even if it ain't got nothing to do with me, just surrounding yourself with the tools, the resources, and the community that's going to allow you to be greater. You could decide today to give yourself those things, or you could decide to keep making excuses. But if you decide today to step into alignment, to step into accountability, and to step into action, you are finally going to see the life that you've been dreaming of. You're going to see yourself getting closer. You're going to have rest. Instead of going to sleep and waking up and feeling like you didn't even sleep because your mind been fighting with itself, arguing between your own thoughts and decisions. So listen, subscribe to the channel. Before I get out of here, I want to remind you again, subscribe to the channel on Twitch. Shout out to everyone that's already a part of Manifest Nation. I love y'all to life. The first 111 subscribers, y'all get all types of great stuff. It's on the screen. I ain't even going to read it to you. You know what time it is. But be in the fold, because I got some great things that's not even on that list on the screen that I'm just waiting for y'all to show up so I can give to you. But you're definitely going to get 8 of my eBooks and 1 of my workbooks. You're definitely going to get my affirmations and guided meditations. You're definitely going to get private founder member only events each and every month, live Q&As and master classes and dope stuff like that. You're definitely going to get access to our private Discord so we could chop it up outside of here. We could be having conversations in the Discord. It's a great way to get some access to me, pick my brain, and also get the dopeness that I'm dropping in my community. I'm building this community. Come and be a part of this community. If you like the lives, if you like the posts, you're going to love what I got going on for the community that I'm pouring into. This is where you're going to get your daily soul food and your mindset elevation. And if you're ready to take it further, join the boot camp. Get in at the level of access that's right for you. There's 3 levels, 3 tiers to it, 3 ways to go about it. There's the community, experience, there's a small group experience, and then there's the private one-on-one coaching experience of the boot camp. Go to brianhyppolite.com and get in where you fit in. Your manifestation is waiting on you. Always has been and always will be. So I'm about to get out of here because I gotta go wake up my children, feed them breakfast, and start homeschooling. You know, I'm a homeschool dad first. And we live in a life that lacking limitation. There's so much greatness going on. And I cannot wait to let y'all see what my children are on. My children could be teaching some manifestation classes just because of the game that they getting on the house. They getting it on the house. Breaking generational curses, creating generational wealth. I've identified with my children generational curses and said, okay, so of these different things, like what do you want to, which ones are you going to break? It's humbling when your child look in your eye and say, well, the generational curse I'm going to break is that when I have children, I want them to grow up in a house with their mom and their dad. I don't want them to have two households like I do. That's humbling. It's humbling. As a provider, as a protector, as a person who created this reality that we have, where both of my daughters have separate mothers, you know, and I'm not with either of their mothers. And although, you know, one of them is a phenomenal co-parenting relationship. One of the second mother of my child, and don't ever let me hear you refer to them as my baby mothers. I'm gonna correct you on site. Those are the mothers of my children. Even the one I don't really care for too much. Even the one who we don't really co-parent. We just share a child. That's still the mother of my child, and you're gonna address her with a certain level of respect, the same way I do. He's the mother of my children. And again, so I got one of them that one of my favorite people on this planet. We co-parent in the most amazing way. But even still, with my daughter knowing that my mom and my dad are so cool. My mom and genuine love between them, me, and they work together as a team to give me the best life. Even that child having the best co-parenting situation, when we get to talk about breaking generational curses, that's the one she want to break. She got the best situation out of a bad situation, but her aim is to not have this situation at all in her life. So this is generational healing starts within. It starts with the decisions that we make and the conversations that we have. I'm talking about an 8-year-old here. I'm talking about my 8-year-old daughter who has already decided within herself that the way she gonna kick her game in her life is that her children are gonna grow up in a household with both of her parents. That's the generational curse that she feels responsible of changing. I want more children, but I'm not having another children until I have a wife. I'm not bringing another child into this world that's going to have to go between households. And if you in my DMs trying to talk to me, listen, let me tell you something. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, because I date to die together. So stop playing with me. Don't come around here just because you think it look good and it's sweet. It is good and it is sweet, but I ain't playing with you. I'm here to find my divine partner, and it's going to be easy to identify when she in my presence, because God has granted me with so many divine ways to express my gifts and my loves, and my divine partner going to show up with those same abilities. My divine partner going to show up and be excited to do what is intrinsically valuable to me. My divine partner is going to show up and say, that's your mission? Oh, I'm on that type of time. Let me help you take it further. Oh, that's what's important to you? Oh, let me add value to that. My divine partner going to show up and have the ability in her divine femininity to make me a greater version of herself than I could be by myself. And I'm going to give that woman the world. I'm gonna get that woman the world, and I'm going to just watch her enjoy this world. I'm going to give her the world and just watch her enjoy it. And it's going to be my pleasure, my honor to just chaperone her through every life experience that she want to have. Yeah. So stop playing with me, sliding in my DMs, trying to be cute. If you ain't on that, listen, if you ain't trying to give me some babies, raise my babies, and lead this country and live on a farm in Africa, don't even do it to yourself. If you ain't trying to relocate with us to Malaysia in a few months, don't even do it to yourself. Because like I said, I date to die together. I just ain't out here just trying to pass time and have somebody to be laid up with. I'm dating to die together. So if that ain't what you want, stay over there. Listen, family, this is not by accident. You're not here by accident. And thank you. If this is your first time joining the podcast or first time joining the broadcast, thank you for tuning in. It's definitely not an accident. It's divine alignment. You found your way to Manifest Nation because your soul is tired of average. Your soul is tired of the cycles. It's tired of living beneath its calling. And in this place, we don't settle for survival. We build sovereignty. We don't just dream it, we manifest it. And if you felt something today, don't let it fade when this stream ends. Subscribe so you can be a part of it, so you can get the recording, so you can get all of the things that you missed. Stay connected, get in the Discord, reach out to me, let's link. Show up for yourself daily. And again, if you're ready to go deeper, that 30-day Manifest Bootcamp is open right now. Spaces are limited though. This is the door for you to open and walk through. Matter of fact, the door is already open for you. All you got to do is walk through it. This is Manifest Nation, the places where excuses die and your greater existence begins. I love you to life. I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. Arise. Listen, if this added value to you, take what you learned from this and add value to someone else today in your conversations. But be sure to let them know where it came from. Be sure to let them know they need to find me on Twitch and subscribe to Manifest Nation. Be sure to let them know to go to brianhyppolite.com, pick their price and download my music. Get the books, get the greater existence book, the Manifesting You book, the Bloodline Breaker book, the book bundles. You hear me? The affirmations, the guided meditation, the audio books is all there, is available to you. So pull up. Let's make it happen. Greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, and greatest shall you have. And like I said earlier, your manifestation is waiting on you. It always has been. And it always will be. Today is a great day to manifest and take it from vision to reality. Do me a favor. Throw one in the chat if this broadcast helped you, if it added value to you, and if you will commit to showing back up so that we can continue to build you into a greater version of yourself. Because I love the time that we get to spend together and to get to see you expand and become greater. But thank you to everyone that's been watching. Whether you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, pull up on me on Twitch, subscribe to Manifest Nation. Let's continue to be greater than we've ever been. I'm about to get out of here and I'm going to talk to y'all soon. I'll probably get on and broadcast a little bit later tonight. But until then, don't forget, you are the one. You are the force. You are the bloodline breaker. Okay? You're the one. Now act like it. Step into your calling and be the version of yourself that your bloodline has been praying for. Peace and prosperity. Talk to you in a minute.